everybody.
How y'all doing?
So I was waiting for the emails come through and everything. Welcome to episode 119 of the Like the Way You Drink podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
We're back with another fun week.
It is.
I know. Let me get in the banners here, get the things rolling. Let me get the tech stuff going so we're all technified up. So we're live on YouTube. I think we're live on Facebook, and it's about to be a fun show. So this week, let me see what notes did you send me? You sent me notes, right?
I did. There's always
doesn't mean I opened them.
So not only did I give you notes on my wines that I'm going to be bringing up, but I also put a lot of it. There was so much information on Pinot Grigio.
Yeah.
So much information. And so I'm like, well, I got to share this because I cannot not share.
Wow. That's a lot of information.
Yeah.
Have you considered using ChatGPT and say, give me the cliff notes on this?
Why would I do that?
Because your partner has to sit here going, well, you read all that.
And the thing is that I have read all that. And that's why I don't always highlight, y'all. Sometimes what I do is I will highlight and I will bold certain things, but I don't always do it because I'm running through it and I'm reading it. So it's just, yeah. This time was one of those because my day today has been nonstop. I got to share. So, I should have brought my glass. I just got a new wine glass. I downgraded from a half marathon to a 10K this Sunday. I really want to do the half marathon, but this cough, it's allergy driven and it's not going away. I'm on meds still trying to help through it. It's, I don't know, week 9 or something like that. And I've already seen my doctor. I have another few days of meds. And then if this doesn't get better, then I have to let him know. They'll do something else. But anywho, so I went from a half marathon to a 10K because my body's just been mad at me. And the last half marathon that I did in August, my body was about to, so I didn't want to do that to it again. So I ran the 10K. I came in first in my age group by 1 whole minute. So pretty excited. So my gift was, because it was Willamette Valley half. We're in the Willamette Valley and they paired the race with wine tasting. So I got a wine glass that says first place. So I washed it and I didn't bring it. So this would have been a perfect time because we got Pinots with us. But so that's where that is. So I had to share. Today, did you make your own salad or did you buy a pre-made one?
I kind of half and half cheated, half and half added stuff to it that I like.
So I ended up getting this Taylor Farms Caesar mini chopped salad because I'd never seen the mini before. And I thought, well, that's kind of cute. So we'll see. What I found, Dole does not give you the Parmesan cheese, whereas Taylor does.
What's up with that?
I know. And then the other thing that Taylor does is that they give you the croutons, but all crushed.
Yeah. Mine were crushed too. Yeah.
Normally, Joel will give you the big pieces. Well, I kind of like this idea because a lot of times it's, trying to, get a piece of your crouton in there is not as helpful, or conducive, to putting together. So one of the things that I did do is I brought other things because I thought, well, what if I want a salad and not necessarily a Caesar salad? Because have you ever made just a regular salad and put Caesar dressing on it?
I have.
It's not normal, but
no. If I'm making the normal salad, it is totally a different salad than what's going on here. All right. I'm using iceberg lettuce. I've got arugula into it. I've got spinach into it.
Yeah.
All right. And then I'm putting cucumbers into it. I'm putting snap peas into it. I'm putting onions into it. There's stuff I'm loaded. When I do a salad, it's not a Caesar salad. It's a loaded salad.
That's what I do.
I'm not talking chef salad. I'm talking it's a Tim salad.
Yeah.
This chef salad where it puts everything in, including the eggs. I'm not. I'm a salad guy who likes to there's certain craft things to it.
Right.
Snap peas are one thing. Arugula's got to be in my salad. There's something else I used to always put into it, and I don't anymore. I like scallions into it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Like chopped up scallions. And for me, I'm not a fan of the. I'm not a fan of always having croutons. I want sesame seeds into it.
Oh, or pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds, yeah.
Caramelized pecans. Oh, I love caramelized pecans.
Yeah.
Just some fun stuff. So yes, I usually will put in cucumbers, avocado. I love egg, strawberries, peaches, grapes, olives. So it just depends on what I'm in the mood for is what I will add to a regular salad. Caesar salad, I keep pretty basic.
To me, one of the ones we have on a regular basis is the kale and beet salads.
Yeah.
All right, and you know what I mean. It's and depending on the type of salad is what dressing I'm putting on. A typical restaurant cheesy salad. All right, I'm putting ranch on. All of these creation salads depends on what goes in it as to what goes on it for dressing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to slowly open. Okay. So by the way, guys, one of the things I'm doing in opening my bottle of wine is in case you ever got to travel, you've got to have a wine bottle opener with you. And the TSA has got restrictive. So I have see if I can get it next to the camera, a TSA approved water bottle. And it's not the one I usually for the house, but I'm using it tonight to say, hey, even if you got to travel, you can open your wine.
Yep. So my wines, and do not disparage wines.
Wait a minute. Do you remember in grade school when we used to get the white grapes with the seeds in it?
Yes.
That's what this smells like.
Oh,
God, is that good? Anyway, continue.
So normally it was always looked down upon to have a corkscrew wine, but they have gotten so good with corkscrew wines that Erath, Oregon, Pinot Grigio, I do have a corkscrew.
I mean, you mean screw top?
Screw top, yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Because I remember the old-fashioned way of saying wine. Screw top was that's a cheap wine, or box wine. That's a cheap wine. Not so anymore, right? Anyway.
So put your wine up on the screen.
Here's my wine. All right, hold on. I'm going to show the front and I'm going to show the back for a reason. 2017. All right, we used to be part of a thing called Wine Shop at Home. An old mastermind member of mine actually used to be a distributor. I don't think she's a distributor of this anymore, but she was a distributor, and we were one of her membership people. We used to get a shipment every month from them. So highly recommend them. Go check them out.
Well, the other one I have is Willamette Valley Pinot Grigio from Pete's Mountain. This is the 2023 Cecile's Block Stonebridge Vineyard. There was 567 cases made. That has it right in here. But the one originally that I got was the Erath 2023 Pinot Grigio, Earth, Heart, and Erath. So this one I originally got because I was making this delicious pasta with mushrooms. That was Saturday's dinner because I was going to be running. I wanted some carbs. I wanted some chicken. And so made this absolutely delicious pasta with mushrooms and scallions and a heavy cream. And I added the Erath Pinot Grigio because I was going to bring it on the normally I would do like a Chardonnay maybe or Sauvignon Blanc. This time I specifically got the Pinot Grigio and I got Erath because I said this is going to use it for dinner and I'm going to drink it on Monday. So
Erath is something you can get in your grocery stores a lot, though. I've seen it. Is it true?
Yeah. This is an Oregon wine. There's just a lot. Pinot Grigio is Grigio or Pinot Grigio. There's multiple ways of saying it. It can be light-bodied and fully bodied. Most of them are a little bit on the light to medium. Some are in that stronger, full-bodied, but for the most part, the whole purpose of the Pinot Grigio, it's popular because it is a little bit dry or off dry. It's crisp, it's refreshing, pear notes, and it's just this nice, just beautiful, low sugar, high acidity. It keeps the fruit that you're in there in check, so it's not overpowering. But that's why usually it's loved, because it has this citrusy, fruit forward. Sometimes you'll get the lemons, the limes, the apples, the peaches. And it is perfect at 45 degrees Fahrenheit to drink outside when the weather is hot. And because we're almost to the end of summer, we wanted to do something crisp. We wanted to do something fun, something light, something that you could still have for summer, but move it a little bit into fall where it's still going to be nice and delicious. And usually the grapes are in cooler regions. So a Pinot Gris, the Pinot Gris are absolutely delicious. Because I'm so used to the Pinot Noirs up here in the Pacific Northwest, I don't really drink as much Pinot Gris, but it's usually the colder climate regions is where the best grapes are grown. So those lower temperatures help keep that ripening process a little bit slower. The sugar develops just very nicely. And when it's harvested, it's like at its peak of its ripeness. And usually it is finished off in stainless steel tanks. So it's very refreshing. And so it goes well with feta, with goat cheese, with nuts. Anything seafood, it's going to go well, but also chicken, salads, anything cheese forward, like a charcuterie board, pastas. Hence why I put in my pasta, because it goes very well with pasta. But anything fish, sea bass, cod, shellfish would go well. Anything with parsley and with thyme, so those herbs are going to go very well. Do not pair them with anything spicy, because the spice will overpower the Pinot Gris. The Pinot Gris is that more delicate, and anything spicy will just overpower it, and it's just you're not going to taste the wine. That's what's going to happen. Also with Pinot Gris, you want to not let it age. It's not one that you're going to put in the wine cellar and forget about it. You want to have it fairly early. This is 2023, so drinking it in through 2025 will be just fine. It is fermented for 3 months, and just drink it as soon as possible.
Oh, so it's 2017. I probably should have drank this a while ago.
Yeah, but some wines will hold. So that's the thing, is that it just depends on where you kept it. If it was nice and cold, and if sometimes it's fine, but usually 2 years is within the time frame, because then it starts breaking down, and so you'll get more sugar in it. So it's going to be a little bit, the acidity is going to come down, the sugar is going to go up, the fruit flavors will also fade. So a 2-year-old Pinot Gris will taste different than a 5-year-old Pinot Gris. So you're going to get some changes in there. Also, Pinot Gris are usually looked down upon, the sommeliers, because it is seen as a simple wine that doesn't need a whole lot of making. And because it is popular, there are a lot of big budget brands that are out there. But if you want something that's really good and very specific, where you're not just from a box wine, go with your local wineries. Like this one, only 567 cases were made. Erath, probably they are a larger organization out here, so probably more than that, but still on the smaller quantities versus your Barefoot or your Yellowtail, things of that nature. But more people are drinking it. It is a well-known, I think it's probably Chardonnay's number one, followed by Pinot Gris, then your Sauvignon Blanc when it comes to, or your Rosés. That's kind of the order that I see that they're going to be popular. So Erath, this is it cultivated over 4 years ago. There's a lot of red iron rich soils that are up here in the Pacific Northwest. Plus you get the marine climate and then the area of Dundee, which is about half an hour to 45 minutes from here, right where Dundee is. There is a lot of Pinot Noirs, but there's also the approach of this one, the Pinot Gris, which because it's cool enough, the grapes are a little bit more stubborn, if you will, but it still is it's a very good wine. in the vineyard, he did go to UC Davis in California, and then he moved up to the Chehalem Mountains up here in Oregon, and he logged. He had an unheated log cabin on 49 acres. That was his home base, and he lived there for several years. I don't know how you're gonna do without with that kind of unheated cabin, because it can get very cold out here in the Pacific Northwest, especially if you're anywhere in elevation. But that's where he started his production back in 1972, before I was even born. So he wanted to clone some of the California varieties. He imported some French clones in 74, and then he first broke ground in 76, and it wasn't until 82 that his first vintage came about, and he forged his own path. So, when you get something light, delicate, fruit forward like this one, it's, kind of a fun wine to pair up against this chicken Caesar salad. It's going to go into my Abbey Road, which that was the other thing I forgot. My Abbey Road, of course, my last run that I did. Look at this gorgeous, beautiful light color. It is like almost clear. It is just ever so light. It's just beautiful. The smells, oh my goodness. It smells so clean, kind of pears. So for me, it's more of a pear, and just a little bit of citrus, but not very citrus forward. Oh,
Yeah, mine is, I got to tell you, this is a very light flavored wine for me. Like the flavoring into it is very light.
Once you taste it, that's where the citrus comes out in the tasting.
No, I can feel the citrus as it rolls across my tongue.
Yeah, so let's
Just saying, of all the wines I've had in my day, all right, some have a more, everything else has a more bolder taste than this.
Yeah.
A little of color in that one. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this one has a little bit more color. It's still pretty clean, but it's still, let me see if I can wipe this down, because it hazed up on me.
So, and when I made my salad earlier,
Look at that.
I got a little bit too much dressing on it.
So
I have a failure all the way around tonight.
oh no. Well, for Pete's Mountain, it was a French immigrant that settled in the area in 1850. And so that mountain was named after him. It's in West Lynn, and so it was named after Peter Wise, and so it's called Pete's Mountain after him. And then the Campbell Lane Winery, they had planted some Pinot Grigio grapes, and so that's where a lot of times that they had vineyards out here, and so it was known for that area. And then they then collaborated with another winery, and the soil in the area is next to the Willamette River, so there was just ideal for growing wine. And then the tasting room, there's a gorgeous patio there. You can oversee Mount Hood and the Willamette River because it's up on the hill. I've gone kayaking just probably a mile away from this vineyard, but it is owned by Mike and Chris Thayer. I did get to meet Mike. Actually, I might have met Chris. Their kids were coming home for the holidays. This was a year ago. And so their home is like right next to the vineyard. So it's really nice. They have the fire pits outside, and it's covered so you can sit outside or inside. It's a really cute place. It's just tiny. It's very cozy. And they see themselves as stewards of that area. 20 acres next to a golf course, and the 17 acres of Pinot Noir was planted in 2001. And then they continue a relationship with Northwest Wine Company and this other organization since 2005. So they've They were not originally going to grow wine, but they were talked into it. So, I think that they're happy that they've made a life out of wine growing. So this one, it's less citrusy. This one, it's a little bit more herby in my opinion. It's got a nice finish to it, but it's definitely not citrus forward. This one has a more, I guess, apple in there.
Yeah.
Apple it's got a little bit more of a kick. So this one has more body than the Erath. So it's pretty good. Now I'm going to be having my little salad here with chicken. So, my chicken Caesar salad. The chicken I did make on Saturday. It was very simple. A flour. I put salt, pepper, and then dusted it with flour and threw it into to cook. And this paired very nicely with my pasta. But I did separate a little piece so I would have it with my salad today.
Okay.
We will see how this goes with. Mm.
So again, my salad, I did my shrimp just right because I actually took shrimp, frozen shrimp, and I just fried them up.
Oh, beautiful.
All right.
Did
Put
you
them in a pan.
them or did you coat them with like cornmeal or flour or anything?
Just fried them. I actually put a little bit of, instead of doing butter, I put oil in the pan. I should have done butter. I did oil instead.
Okay.
And salt, pepper, garlic. I think I put a little bit of basil in there. All right. And then some lemon juice. I'm going to tell you, they fry up nice in a pan that way. I mean, and they're already pre-cooked. I just wanted to fry them up for some flavor.
Got it. I thought you had done all the frying.
Well,
oh, this is interesting. With the chicken, the Pete's Mountain, the wine tasted better with this. I think it was there was dressing in there was chicken in there. Pete's Mountain, very well. Whereas their Erath, it wasn't a complete blend. I tasted my salad and then I tasted the wine. It wasn't as complimentary. With the Pete's Mountain, I think it was more complimentary. Interesting. Okay, so how was your wine? What are the notes you're getting out of your wine?
Again, I think it's a little kind of down because of the fact it sat so long.
Mm.
Hold on a second. Doesn't taste bad, but it's not giving me a fresh flavor. Like a Sauvignon Blanc is a more fresh, refreshing taste. And I got to tell you, it's probably been a while since I had a Pinot. But the first thing I do when I smell it is it reminds me of those white grapes we had when we were kids with the seeds into them. I remember we had to chew them. We had to spit the seeds out.
Yeah.
That is the taste I got. The white ones, not the red ones. So I get that in the flavor of smell. So
that's kind of neat that you're reminiscing back in the day.
Yeah. It's like I can't sit there and put what is that? What do I want to put onto it? I can't put a exact flavor onto it, but anyway.
Pete's Mountain.
Okay. I get some peachy into it, that one.
Peachy?
Yeah. Probably because, you're taking the lemon and the shrimp and putting it together with it.
I seriously thought that the Erath was going to be my preferred because I do like Erath, but for this salad, the Caesar salad, chicken Caesar salad, Pete's Mountain. I think it's because it's not so citrusy forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it goes very well with the salad, with the dressing, the chicken, that freshness. Maybe if I had put in, like, if I had made like a traditional Caesar salad with the lemon in there and the anchovies, there's a possibility I may have liked the Erath better.
Mm-hmm.
I think just because it's a little bit more basic, just the Caesar dressing, the croutons, the Parmesan, the Pete's Mountain, just that's it. It just, there's a harmony there.
Well, I'm gonna flush out with regular water. I don't have any seltzer water to do, but I'm gonna flush out and I'm gonna try it again.
So truly, a lot of times it depends on what you're eating.
Well, that's why I want to flush that out. I want to see if I get the same taste in there. If I get that peachy.
Now, did you have any notes on that particular vintage?
I don't. And this is the kind of way Wine Shop at Home was. They didn't have an awful. I mean, if you had the card, there were probably cards came with it when it shipped to us. But gosh, if it was 2017, I probably got this thing in 2018, and those cards are long gone. So, anyway. Oh.
Yeah. I wanted to take a few bites of just salad, no chicken, to cleanse my palate, and then I'm going to do just a salad, no chicken.
So one of the things I did to help punch my salad up, I remembered, was I don't have any fresh cracked pepper.
Oh, I think
the fresh cracked pepper really makes a difference on a Caesar salad.
Oh.
I had some pepper here, but it's not. It's a McCormick's, shaker.
Right.
Pepper.
Yeah, that's what I have because I have the.
I have an office salt and pepper is what I have, but I have a pepper grinder probably on the kitchen somewhere.
Yep, that's what I have it.
Which you want real peppercorns ground into your salad. It just, oh my God, it so accentuates your flavors in your salad, and really brings out the flavors in your Caesar dressing. So, yeah, I just really, and I'm going to kind of show you guys. All right, when I mix this up, my bad is, and I went. All I had was the one batch I had. It's too much dressing. It's not. Yeah. I over dressing it, and it's just horrible.
Yeah, I always underdress my. I always put less dressing than I think I need, because usually it winds up being too much. I always ask for dressing on the side, and then I will dip, or I will pour a little.
I ask for extra dressing on the side, and I take the regular amount, and then if I want a little bit more, what I did tonight was because I was prepping this real quick, and then I was going to try to set it back in the refrigerator in temp for a couple of minutes. Is I opened up a container of extra we had, and I didn't realize it wasn't a squirt top; it was a open top, and went ploop. Anyway, because I really should have just kept the amount that came with the salad. All right, and it probably would have been a great flavor right there, and just add a little bit on the side.
I mean, I still have quite a bit left over here. I seriously do not hardly ever use all the dressing that's given to me.
And I didn't carry the packet in. I don't remember whether it was a dual pack or what. I mean, I threw it in the trash already, but it was one that Gwen found.
Oh.
All right. But I mean, I got to tell you, I mean, a couple times a week, some of the places I eat at, there's sometimes a week that I have this salad. Like I regularly eat at Walk-On's Sports Bistro down in the Colony. And one of the favorites I love off there is, and I do chicken or shrimp is their Caesar salad. and it's not a small, it's a salad. And I'll get shrimp or get chicken cut up and put onto it. And they always blacken it. And I love it that way. Especially the blacking, because they're a New Orleans based company. So they're going to have a black type meat protein onto it. So, but when it comes to protein on your salad, on a Caesar salad, I mean, have you ever done like a skirt steak and had it in there with it or no?
Not with the Caesar. Caesar, I'm having it by itself with chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I think I may have had it with shrimp once.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's chicken Caesar or just plain Caesar.
Okay.
It's just one of those salads that, in my opinion, the salad itself is so delicious that I don't need a whole lot with it.
Well, I mean, if I was having this, but here's why I say that is, I don't remember whether it was Caesar or it was just a regular salad where I've had the steak with it. Mm. If I'm not having chicken or I'm not having shrimp, I'm not drinking a white wine with it. I'm drinking a red wine with it. Mm. When I have beef, or even if I have a piece of lamb, I'm having a red wine with it. I'm not having a white. So I would be then going for a Sauvignon Blanc or a Cab or Zen type, heavy red. Which I'm a heavy red guy anyway. If I'm going to take my wines, I want heavy reds. The light reds, and the Swedish down here in Texas, the ones that are half sweet. There's very few of them I like. I will tell you the one we love having with like taco salad is it's Riunite, which is like you could pick it up in the store for like $9. Red, really? Yeah. And the reason we do it is because they were doing a sampling at a Kroger one time where they were doing taco meat, chips, and then the tasters of the Riunite. And we had it, and we because that's something we do in regular taco salad. All right. It's so easy to make, right? We don't follow we don't have to buy a bag for it. We don't have to buy seasoning. Gwen makes her own seasoning to season meat. And snaps everything, throws it into a bowl, and tosses it, and then you put it in, and you add salsa or add whatever you're going to add to it, and then you have that Riunite red with it.
I will have to look that up because I'm not a big sweet wine drinker. I don't anything sweet. No, thank you.
It's not really a sweet. It's an in between.
Okay, I'll try it out.
I want to say it's called a Beaujolais. I think I'm going to look it up real quick to see what it is because we don't have any here, of course, because we only buy it when we need it. So anyway, it's interesting. So
as simple as the salad was, having that gorgeous piece of chicken on top of it that's still juicy, it's tender. It's like I threw it in there. I could have had it cold because it's chicken, but I threw it in for 30 seconds in the microwave and then just sliced it up. And then chopped it up.
Did you pre-cook it before you brought it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was cooked on Saturday. This was what I added to the pasta. It was just basic salt, pepper, flour. And then in a little bit of oil. I think I used vegetable oil to cook it. And it got nice and brown and everything. And then covered it and finished cooking it. And then there was some leftovers, and so this was the skinny piece. And I said that's going to be for the salad. When I saw it, I said you're for the salad, and so I put it in a little. No, it's already over there. The snack pack Ziploc. It fit perfectly in there. It was a perfect size, and then just 30 seconds of microwave to heat it up, and it still has. It's tender. It's flavorful, and it went very well with the salad. It was like, oh my goodness, something so basic, and yet sometimes something simple tastes really good. But
it's also, like we were talking about summertime. All right, sometimes you want something light.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to a picnic. I don't want to eat a heavy. I'm a burger and meats guy, but I'm going on a picnic or going something light. You know what I mean? I want something light for outdoors. Mm-hmm. And it's funny, you started off this by telling a story about your running. is, I'm not a runner. Me going out and running is like, probably never going to happen. The only thing I'm going to run is faster than somebody else, so the bear can eat them and not me. That's about the only time I'm going to run fast. Anyway, that whole thing of what you do, that the lightness of food is what today's episode is the lightness of the food. If I don't want something to weigh me down, because I still want to work and not fall asleep in the afternoon.
Right.
All right. Because I love a burger, but I've eaten a burger with a bun and everything onto it, and had my glass of whiskey for lunch. And by 3 o'clock, I'm out ready to take a nap. Yep. A meal like this, I'm not. It's a great lunchtime meal. You still have the protein with whether you're putting chicken or shrimp onto it. Yeah.
And we need more protein. That's the thing. Especially at our age, if you're over 40, over 50, we need to increase our protein intake, whatever that looks like for y'all. But eat more protein. And I know that I'm always under eating protein. And one of my coaches that I hadn't seen in a bit, he saw me again and did a reval on me. And he's all, you need to have more protein. So whenever I can eat more protein, whatever that might be, it could be fish, it could be shrimp, it could be chicken, beef, whatever it is, I need to increase it. And today I got the most beautiful salmon. It is gorgeous. It was caught yesterday. It was given to me today. That will be for dinner tomorrow. It's like, this is not going to get frozen. This is going to be eaten fresh. I mean, it was caught yesterday. So I'm like so looking forward to it. And I'm like, I ever so briefly thought, do I want to put salmon on my Caesar salad? I said, no, I don't have time. I seriously do not have time. But that will be dinner for tomorrow. I have some chanterelle mushrooms. I have the salmon. I have some peppers. I'm going to do some delicious dinner tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to be just yet. But just intake that protein. That's the most important thing. And anything freshly caught. Oh my goodness. My neighbor will give me elk. It's like, oh, I got this elk, and then I'll get a piece of elk or I'll get ground elk. Oh my goodness. I've tried buffalo. Didn't care for buffalo, but elk, such a clean flavor to it.
Yeah.
And so you got to find those proteins that you absolutely like. And if they are,
that's another salad, is tuna salad, the ahi tuna salad. I mean, the hotel we used to go to for Craig's events down there in LA at the West. Oh my God, they had an awesome ahi tuna salad that we used to get all the time.
So was it a tuna salad, or was it a
salad? But it's got the tuna onto it, and it's not fully cooked. All right, so it's like just that seared at the edges, and the center's still red.
Oh yes,
that's the way to have tuna on a salad.
I will tell you, the last time I had a delicious piece of tuna, it was just seared, freshly caught, absolutely delicious. Yes. So I do have chanterelles freshly caught, salmon freshly caught yesterday. Yes, chanterelles picked yesterday. So yes, I'm not going to.
I guess that's up there, because I remember when I lived in Massachusetts, I had everybody coming to me with freshly. We used to get fresh lobsters up in the Northeast.
Yeah, that's something we can't get fresh here. But
no, it's an Eastern thing. It's like, this is where you live in different parts. Kind of like down here, good. Here down here in the South, you get good Gulf oysters.
Oh yes, we do have oysters that are, even though they're farmed right here in the ocean, in the the beaches of the Pacific Northwest. Dungeness crab. Oh
yeah, crab's a great thing from up there.
Yeah. So Dungeness crab we can get. You either can go crabbing, that's an adventure, or you can just go and buy it.
Yeah.
But you have to know where to get it. If you can find a place that they've caught it that morning and you're buying it, you're going to pay a little bit more. If you do your own, it's going to be slightly cheaper, a little bit more work, but it's part of, I went crabbing, because you have to pay for your license to get your crab. But there are places where you pay for your license, they give you all the gear, you go out there, you do your crabbing, and then you can get X number of crabs, and then you take them home and you cook them, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's like fresh as fresh can be. So going to the coast and doing some of that fun stuff, I'm looking forward to that, because I've never gone mushroom hunting, but it is a thing. And I got people that know how to do that, and they said, whenever you want. So I'm like, okay, I want to go, pick my own mushrooms. Do I want to do the work? No, but will I? Yeah. And then come home and make your own pasta with fresh chanterelles, just freshly picked, or, get, a delicious Dungeness crab. And I learned mayo and Dungeness crab. I didn't think that was a thing. I thought it was weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is absolutely delicious. You steam that Dungeness crab and then you dip it in mayo, and not just any mayo. It has to be Hellman's or Best Foods, absolutely delicious. I thought that was the weirdest thing. I'm like, why would you put mayo on a crab? But it is yum. Yeah, you can just do the lemon, but mayo is the way to do it. And the thing with I will rat out Sean's family. Whoever, you just have to just keep picking at it, and I can hang with them. I know how to, break open a Dungeness crab, get my meat, and get plenty of Dungeness crab, because if you are too slow, guess what? You're not going to get enough. Other people are going to just keep eating it, and you're going to be left behind. So I can hang with the best, those that have been doing it for years and years. But I did have practice with the snow crabs, or snow. What are the skinny ones? The soft shelled snow crab.
Yeah.
Those big ones, the ones that, those are just, I don't think they taste as good in my opinion, but that's my preference. But yeah, so anything seafood, I love seafood. Pinot Grigio and seafood, it's an absolute yes. Just don't blacken it. Nothing spicy, and you're going to be fine. Charcuterie board. Charcuterie goes with everything, y'all. So
yeah.
if you ever want to do anything, just do charcuterie. There are some, if you're like, I don't know how to put together a charcuterie board. Well, there's a few ways of doing it. You go to Kroger and you spend $20 on this one little thing. If you do that, get a pretty platter, put everything on a platter, make it look pretty. That's number one. Number two is that you get all your cuts of meat at the butcher. You get your cheeses. You couldn't your artisan cheeses, and have different cheeses. Put little, just a paper clip with the name of the type of cheese. Have everybody cut their own. There was when I was in California, one of the hosts, she got these blocks of cheese from Denmark. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to know how much she paid on this cheese. Artisan cheeses that were absolutely delicious, with the cold cuts, some hummus. You get all the fun stuff. There are Facebook groups out there that will show you how to do some of this stuff. YouTube, as simple, you can do something simple, put it on a pretty platter. It will look nice. So don't feel like, oh, I don't know how to do it. Just go spend the money a little bit, at Kroger, put it on a pretty platter, get some, and if you don't drink, you know what, get a pretty glass. Yeah, these are not my prettiest glasses, but get a pretty glass, put, your favorite drink in there, sparkling water, a lemonade, get some basil and some mint, mush it up, and then put some sparkling water and lemon or lime in there. You got something going on, and just make it very romantic. Put some candles out. You can make a beautiful charcuterie board with something very simple. And it looks elegant just because you put it on a pretty platter and you put some candles out, and then you use pretty glasses. So don't overthink it. Have fun with it. Do some fun stuff, so that's all I got to say about that.
So fun stuff. All right. You know, one of the, you were talking about your glasses earlier, right? The glasses I have are again, the memberships we've had in wine clubs. This one here is Lescombe.
Okay.
Right. They're out of, they used to be called St. Clair's.
Okay.
Yeah. They're down in New Mexico, but this is our Gwen and I's favorite. We only have one glass left. Saddleback Winery.
Yes, I love those glasses. As I reminded y'all, put things in a pretty glass.
Yeah.
You know, it's
the glass makes all the difference in the world.
It does. One of my mastermind ladies, her idea of I'm done for the day was a glass of wine. And when she was doing the 75 hard, if you don't want to know about it, I'll tell you. You don't have to do the hard. You can do a 75 soft. But she was doing the 75 hard, which means no alcohol. And one of the last few days, we were in a mastermind together, and she says, so long as it's in a pretty wine glass, I don't care. She was drinking sparkling water in this gorgeous goblet. And that's all she cared about, because subconsciously, her mind didn't know the difference, that it was in a pretty glass, that it was sparkling wine versus actual wine. Yeah. So if you have a beautiful, I'm not saying this, I have some gorgeous glasses. I think I've had them on the episodes, but if you have this gorgeous Pinot Noir glass and you just have this gorgeous medley of mint and some cucumber and some lemons muddled into with sparkling water, it is going to taste that much better because it is in a pretty glass. If you put that charcuterie that you bought that's in this container and you put it on a nice wooden, this is my wild tree board, or a pretty platter, it's going to look that much high end, that much prettier. Do the things that are going to be fun for you that will help you enjoy that experience, because it's about the experience. It's not about what you're eating. It's about who you're having it with and how you're having it. So make it special for y'all.
True. So anyway, so an interesting episode. All right. A little lighthearted on food, lighthearted on drink, and summer's still here. So, well, it's technically here till October. Did you know that?
Yes. Yeah, come on. For me, October's fall.
To me, fall starts, in September. So yeah, it always, in my mind. But the months of summer, I think, somewhere in late, it might be late September, but I think it was late, October.
I thought it was the 22nd. Let me look, because I thought
first day of fall. First day of fall is Sunday, September 22nd. So it's this coming Sunday.
I knew that it was around. It's usually around the 20 something.
Yeah.
And my
so end of summer is here. All right. Next week's episode will be our first episode of the fall. Should we do fall flavors finally?
I think so, because we were not going to bring in pumpkin spice anything. I don't know that we will ever bring in pumpkin spice.
Why?
Maybe. Well, who knows? But not the, yeah, who knows?
I mean, it's got, it's got its purpose. It's got its flavor, but I don't know. There's people who love it. If I'm going to have it, most of the pumpkin spice syrups out there are too rich. You know what I mean? But the flavor itself is a great flavor if you can get it calmed down.
Yes, because it's usually too much. And I don't, as much as I love ginger, I cannot do the ginger spice. That is way too much for me.
Yeah.
But if we do a pumpkin spice, I will probably do a decaffeinated pumpkin spice something or other from Starbucks across the way. I can do that. But it has to be decaf, because I'm not doing anything caffeinated at.
No. Well, I think, in your morning drink.
Oh, yeah.
Different story, but pumpkin spice from Starbucks. So like if it's a grande, I think they do 4 pumps or 3 pumps. Do 1 less pump.
Okay.
And seriously, it's because it's too rich in flavor. It's like the white mocha, too rich in flavor. Dye back the flavor a little bit. Now you get the real flavor without the sugar. You see what I mean? Because now the other parts, your other parts of your drink, and it's the same thing if you're making a pumpkin spice. I think we did it in one of our first years, like a pumpkin spice martini, right?
Oh, that was a while back. Yeah.
Yeah.
pumpkin spice can be very overpowering.
Yeah.
So we have to adjust it. But there's multiple ways of doing that. So we'll do that October, November. We're not going to do it in
I
September.
don't know if we're going to do exactly pumpkin spice. I think we're going to do flavors and stuff like that. But I don't know if we're going to do exactly pumpkin spice because everybody thinks pumpkin spice with the coffee shops. We're not a coffee shop.
And they started it in like August now. And I'm like, there's certain flavors I will not do until October, November. Peppermint and pumpkin spice are two that I will, like I have my creamers that I like.
Mm-hmm.
I will not do peppermint until October, November. I just can't. Even though I love it, I will not do peppermint creamer until October, November timeframe.
You know, that's something we haven't done yet is a coffee episode.
Haven't.
We haven't.
No, we will, but it will be decaf for me because I will be
yeah. But like there's coffees. We've done coffees where based Saturday we've taken our liquor and added it to the coffee at Starbucks. Yes, Starbucks, we did that, but you could never tell which Starbucks we did it in.
X-nay on the alcohol at Starbucks, eh?
What are they going to do? Kick me out?
Right. They're not.
I think I'm like platinum elite with Starbucks. Oh, I don't think they have levels. I'm sorry.
Not anymore. After they changed their levels, it completely threw me off. I stopped being able to figure out how to use their point system. So ever since they changed their new system, I have not had one way of actually utilizing their new system. Whereas before I knew how to use it and I took advantage of it. Now it's like, I don't know how to use it. And I have probably $200 worth of Starbucks gift cards.
Oh, I buy Starbucks. To me, Starbucks gift cards is the one thing I buy to give to clients all the time. I probably have a stacks of $10 gift cards or $5 gift cards to give to people to buy them a drink. It's the one neutral thing you can kind of do in the business world. Yeah,
because it's coffee, or they can do something food, or they can do tea, what they want. And there's going to be a Starbucks near them. I have given away, I don't know, a lot of, because I've collected. And so then I just give out. It's like, here you go. I've given them out, but I think I have maybe $200 worth of Starbucks gift cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I used to do them, and basically, when my daughter first moved to Texas, before the baby was born, she was part of the networking group, our Master Networks chapter, and I would go to the chapter, and basically, I would say I usually do the bribe when I go to chapter with her. It says, okay, everybody who has a face-to-face with my daughter, a one-on-one with my daughter, I give them you're getting a $10 gift card from Starbucks. Mm-hmm. All right, because that was the way to get my daughter into networking by the fact that these people were bribed into it. But anyway, but now I get them and I go to my networking group and people in there, like we do giveaways for like birthday or something, grab bag. And I always buy 3 or 4 of them and put them in the bag and give them to the owner and or the president of the group and say, here, put them in, sponsored by my company, It's a way to give extra things, but I don't know. It's something we haven't done as a coffee episode. And then what alcohol we'd add to it.
There is so much. I always call it special coffee or special hot cocoa.
Yeah.
That means that I'm putting something in it. Usually it's a whiskey.
Yep.
99% of the time it will be a whiskey. Every so often it'll be something else, but usually it's a whiskey or a bourbon that's going in there because that's just the easiest thing that goes into coffee or hot cocoa for me. So
no. You've not done. Oh God, we've done it on the show too. Sambuca.
Oh yeah, no, not in coffee. You've talked about it. I've not done it personally.
Yeah, Sambuca. We've done Sambuca in a latte. Well, really, it's a, you know what I mean. And you got to watch because you're putting too much in. Sambuca's a sweet alcohol. Yeah. It can oversweeten it. So you got to get the right balance. So you still got the flavor of the coffee. I want to say the burn of the alcohol, right? Mm-hmm. And it's still a comforting drink.
Right. So. Yeah. Usually my go-to when I want a special hot cocoa, it's usually a bourbon or whiskey. That's my go-to. Mm-hmm. I think I may have added tequila one time, but we got to experiment new things. So I do have Sambuca at home. So,
you might try that. Yeah.
I will.
So, all right.
Thank you all for being here today with us. We so appreciate you. Get to listen to our silliness after we compare what wines we prefer over others. and everything else that we do to bring and share with you. Do we have an Insiders Club that we need to talk to them about?
Yeah, we still need to put that in there. So, yeah.
So y'all, Insiders Club, I don't know that we'll do a whole lot more this fourth quarter. There's so much. It's my craziest time of year, so I don't have as much time. But that doesn't mean things aren't happening. That doesn't mean you don't get invited. That just means that it's not going to be in person. Most likely, it's going to be on.
It's going to be online. Most of the stuff is online stuff for that. Yeah.
Yep. It doesn't cost you anything to be part of the Insiders Club, but you will be first to know when we are doing something. We will help you, allow you to help us pick things, take your ideas. So some of the ideas that we bring forth, it's because they have been shared. So share with us what you would prefer. Go to the likethewayyoudrink.com, and you must be 21 or over to join the Insiders Club. No cost to you.
Cool. Hold on, let me move that one out of the way and put that one up there.
So, Gladys Boutwell, Insurance by Design, helping employers become employer of choice, because there are 101 different ways that you can attract and retain quality staff. Are you looking to find quality staff and you're struggling? Guess what? There are ways to attract those folks. So go to enrollnoworegon.com to get on my calendar, or check out insurancedesignpros.com. That's my website. And check out 101 Creative Ways to Attract and Retain Quality Staff. It is on Amazon. It reached #1. This will give you some ideas on how you can show your employees how much you care. And this is my co-host.
Hey guys, my name is Tim Gillette, and I run a company called Simple Easy Websites, where we do small websites, templated design, 5 to 7 pages long, to help the small business, the entrepreneur, and the solopreneur get started online and start building traction online, getting people to know who they are, and building your own following. You want to find out more, book a free consultation. SimpleEasyWebsites.com will review your website and tell you how you can actually get more leads and make more money with it. That's it, right?
Yep. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for listening to us. Let us know what your thoughts are. Do you have a Pinot Grigio that you enjoy?
We'd love to find out. Tell us again, guys. We'll be back next week with another episode.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.